In this video, I'll be going through the gathering and hunting quest lines to get you through them as quickly as possible, using the quest items to showcase what you'll experience as a potential new player. To begin the gathering quest line, click the deer icon in the top right corner, select gathering, and then head to Zell Finnith. She'll enroll you in the course and guide you through the entire quest line. If you don't see this menu, make sure to check out my first episode where I demonstrate how to start your courses. The very first quest requires you to gather potatoes, which are located just below the academy. Make sure you're using a hoe to gather them. If you're not, you can switch tools by pressing F5. One key setting you'll want to enable is mouse to move. This allows you to gather from a short distance without moving your character. Once you're done, return to the instructor to move on. Next, you'll need to gather 20 ash sap, located between Olvia Academy and Olvia. For this quest, you'll need sap, which is collected using a fluid collector. Make sure you equip all your tools provided to you, as they'll help you gather faster and increase the material yield. Also, be sure you're gathering ash trees, since those specifically provide ash sap. The same rule applies for maple, birch, and other types of trees. Another quick tip is to collect your rewards periodically. Some rewards, like gathering clothes, increase your mastery, which result in more materials and faster quest completion. Once finished, return to the instructor. The next quest tasks you with gathering wolf meat, which is located to the right of Castle Farm. This one works a bit differently. You'll need to first kill the wolf, then gather the meat using a butcher knife. Once completed, you can then return to the instructor. After that, you'll be asked to gather ash timber. This takes place in the same location as the ash sap quest, but this time you'll be using a lumbering axe instead of a fluid collector. Switch tools using F5 when near a tree, and when you're finished, you can then return to the instructor for the next quest. Next up is gathering wolf hide. Just like before, you'll kill wolves, but this time you'll use a tanning knife instead of a butcher knife. So you're going to press F5 to get the tanning knife, and then once you're done, return to the instructor. The next quest is the last short quest. Essentially, in this quest, you're going to have to gather some rough stones, which can be found below Olvia Academy. When I personally did this quest, many rocks were already gathered or unavailable. So just look for the stones that actually show a UI pop up, and if you can't find any, you can always switch channel. Once you're done, return to the instructor to begin the longer quest. The second to last gathering quest requires to obtain 300 Fairies Breath. This item can drop from any gathering activity, but it is somewhat rare, so this will take some time. The quest doesn't give you a specific location, but if you want to stay close, you can gather wolves near Wolf Hills. Personally, I used an alt character. I already had parked at a seed spot near Alvia's Orcs. I did this because I needed alchemy materials, gathering XP, and there's a lot of gathering in a small area, which makes it slightly faster in my opinion. To gather efficiently, I highly recommend using a seafood cron meal and a life spirit stone for the extra 10% drop rate. If you have a tent, you can also use turning gates for the extra energy recovery and life EXP. This part takes some time, so be patient and enjoy your gathering session. Once finished, return to the instructor to finalize your course. Like the other courses, you'll need to type Olvium Frontia in the general chat. If you don't see the general chat, click the chat icon you do see and switch it over. You'll now fully complete the gathering questline and you can claim all your rewards. Additionally, there's an Academy Pass you can complete alongside these rewards. Click Bonus Rewards Academy Pass to view it. This provides a lot of EXP. If you're unsure where to get it, head to the Pro Shop and purchase it for 100 silver. Make sure to grab all of them. Now that we're done with gathering, let's move on to hunting. Once again, open the deer icon, select hunting, and click the arrow to visit Leo Lowry. From here, you'll enroll in the course. I highly recommend collecting the hunter's clothes immediately, as this gives you extra mastery and some DP, making you a lot tankier. Next, collect your first matchlock from Zera, which is the same NPC that provides materials for the alchemy questline if you did follow my series. The first hunting quest requires you to kill elk, which you can find to the left of Olvia. For hunting, I personally use a simple cron meal along with a life spirit stone. If you have them, I also recommend using crystals that increase your attack speed, back attack damage, and critical damage. They aren't required, but they will significantly speed things up. Hunting is a bit more complicated than gathering, but once you understand the basics, it's pretty simple. You'll notice I have 4 bullets, though you may only have 3 if you're new. If you can't see your bullets, all you need to do is move around the PvP icon in the Edit UI menu. Your main objective is to land back attacks, as they deal the most damage. Also, when you're reloading, you normally cannot run, but if you reload and then immediately move, you can run just as normal. After killing the elk, gather the meat using a butcher knife, then return to the instructor when you finish the quest. The next quest introduces basic hunting movement. The method shown here is what I like to call chill method, where you tumble and shoot. Essentially, you want to use Shift D to roll to the right, then L and B to shoot. Once completed, you move on to the next quest. Now you'll be tasked with killing giant boars and collecting their meat. They can be found to the right of Mask Owl's forest, just south of Olvia. Once finished, return to the instructor. At this point, I highly recommend collecting the hunting bag, which gives you an extra 180 mastery and increases your material yield. Next, you'll need to kill a brown bear, which is located exactly the same spot that you just were when you were killing the boars. It's a bit tankier, but just focus on back attacks and you'll be fine. Return to the instructor once you're done. This quest sends you to Kamasylvia. You can either use an alt or take a well to teleport there. The location is just north of Grana to the right of Roneros. After completing that, head north to kill Farinas and collect their bird meat. These are a bit tanky, so take your time and make sure you're killing the correct bird. There are two types here. If your matchlock runs out of durability, you can repair it at a tent. If you don't have one, find the nearest repair NPC or simply buy another one from the marketplace. Once finished, return to the instructor. The next quest requires killing frost wolves located just below Duvenkroon. Again, you can use an alt or take the well to get there. Once completed, you can then return to the instructor. The next quest sends you left of Odalita, which you kill verdure bucks and does, which are very squishy, and grass rhinos, which are a bit tankier. Focus on back attacks and you'll be fine. Once done, return to the instructor to begin the final quest. The last quest requires you to collect 200 Wildsparks, which are essentially the hunting version of Fairy's Breath. I personally hunted Shadow Lions, but you can also hunt Shadow Rhinos or Shadow Wolves in this area. These are just my preferred spots. For Shadow Lions, these are the crystals I use to stay tanky while maximizing damage. For buffs, I ran Simple Cron Meal, Lethal Assassin, Strong Shock, Flowing Wind, Sharp Detection, and Lethal Destruction. The last two are optional, which you can run Rough Labor and Flowing Time. These buffs noticeably increase your hunting speed. Your goal here is to keep hunting until you reach 200 Wildsparks. Once completed, return to the instructor, and like the other courses, type Olvia Frontia in the general chat to finish the course and claim all rewards. Congratulations, you're now a gatherer and a hunter. Thank you for watching my Olvia Academy Gather and Hunting Guide. If you'd like to follow along with the rest of Olvia Academy series, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.